Before we get into today's episode of Daily Brightness, we just want to say a huge thank you to our proud partners, Shaw, for being with us from the very beginning, and what a start it's been.
I think the reaction to our podcast so far has been nothing but positive from our family, from our friends, from our teammates, from our fans. It's been really nice to see all the positive reviews and feedback, so keep that all coming.
Yeah, I also think that we've probably learned a lot about ourselves, and me and Rach always talk about this podcast, you know, it's more than just us chatting, it's actually like a little therapy session, and I've actually learned a lot about myself, and I feel like it's given me the confidence to open up a little bit more and show that more vulnerable side. So yeah, it's been really, really refreshing. And we also get to appreciate all the things that we've achieved. Rach, everything you're achieving with Villa, you know, the form at the end of the season, me getting my 200th in the WSL and talking about all our accomplishments, the hard times. Yeah, it's becoming a really nice platform actually, and I'm really enjoying where it's going. But thank you to everyone for the amazing support.
So thanks again to Shaw for showing up for women's football and backing the pod from day one. And thank you all for tuning in.
Hey everyone, welcome to the Rest is Football Daily Brightness. Rach, how are you?
Good, thank you. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. You look a little bit... What did you do last night?
Nothing. I didn't do anything. Didn't do nothing.
Nothing at all?
Nope.
No.
Practice a daisy.
Just drank water all night, yeah?
All night. And I did not get in at 3:30.
Let's normalise having a hangover. We're human. It happens. And for anyone listening, hungover Rach is the best Rach. She's hilarious. Even more fun.
Thank God for the magic juice.
So come on, what did you do?
Do you know, I just had a really nice time with some friends.
Perfect,
just
that's what we want.
Went to somebody's birthday party. I had a really good time drinking... I'm drinking rum, a Red Bull.
You definitely had a beer though. I know you had a beer.
Do you know what? I actually had a few shandies. I'm not joking.
Really?
Yeah, shandy.
That's a sign of getting old. We're getting old.
I just was thinking, I want like a thirst quencher. Don't take much for me anymore, Millie. I'm too old for this.
No, 2 or 3 drinks and we're gone. Well, I'm glad you had a good night.
Yeah, I did actually. I played some golf yesterday. I absolutely love this game, Millie. You need to really start playing.
I know, but I need to I'm really nervous about going to a local thing because I'm really scared of like old people judging me.
Yeah, it is quite scary.
Yeah, and I feel like they'll look at you and be like, what are you doing here? Like, you're crap.
But the thing is, at the same time, you've got to start somewhere. They started somewhere.
True, many years
And let me tell you, there will be worse people on the course than you. Why don't you come up to me and we'll go together?
Yeah, can we? Can I come up to you?
We will probably get kicked off whatever course we go to, though.
Do you have to be quiet? You don't have to be quiet, do you?
You can't be loud.
You can laugh and stuff, though, can't you?
Yeah, you can laugh. I have a right laugh.
I might have to wear like a warning T-shirt, like beware, balls everywhere.
Oh, just a big cone. Please be careful of Millie.
Yeah,
we'll go. We should go for sure. It is really fun. And especially in this weather, it's amazing in this weather.
I need to go and get some pink clubs like you, though.
Pink Pony Club. Oh my God, I'm feeling myself today.
Do you know what it is? You know, when you get in and you're still a little bit drunk and then you go to sleep and you wake up and you're like, oh my God, I feel awful. Then you get like a second buzz and you're like, I'm drunk again.
I've been waking up this morning just like singing loads of songs. I must have heard them last night.
Oh, that song drives me insane. The kids love it.
Drives me nuts. All the kids love it.
Yeah, hate it. While we're on that, 3 things that have irritated you this week, because I've had several. Let's normalise it. You can get irritated by things and it not be personal. Like, it's not a personal attack. I'm not questioning you as a person, but you're irritating the life out of me. When people ring you and they're eating on the phone, stop doing it. I can't stand it. Or when people chew...
know that's my worst nightmare.
Yeah, when people chew boiled sweets next to me and I'm like, I can hear it. And I'm like...
Oh, it drives me up the wall. Can you not just eat after?
Yeah, like all I can hear, like, it'll be like on the phone and people are like this. I'm like, what? I can't hear you. Stop. Or it's like, stop.
I hate that. I actually hate that.
It's so annoying.
Oh, well, I'm trying to think about what's happened this week that would have annoyed me. This is one of them, actually. Now, you've caught me off guard here. You know when you finish a toilet roll?
Yeah.
1, I hate if you don't replace it. But 2, I hate anywhere that you go, in public, whatever, when the toilet roll, right, this is so annoying to me. How do I explain it? Say that this is the toilet roll holder, yeah? And you.
Are you going to say which way around the toilet roll is?
Why'd you do it backwards?
I know which. Yeah, because one way, it flies off. You pull it a little bit and it shoots down.
It comes down, that you take your pieces off. when it's backwards, it's like, why have you done that? I don't like it. Really, really, really annoys me. Just put it the right way around. I've got that off my mum, that.
All right, anyone out there that's working in a job where you have to replace toilet rolls, please place it the right way around if you think Rachel Daly's going to be using your toilet.
Please.
That's it though. That's my one thing, and I think it's okay to like be annoyed at situations, but sometimes people take it a little bit personal. I'm like, that's fine. If I was irritating you, I'd rather you tell me than me keep doing it and you're just sat there absolutely raging.
Oh, well, I actually hope people take the toilet roll thing personally because it's annoying as fuck. Stop doing it.
Anyway, today we're going to do things a little bit differently. Obviously, massive summer ahead. The Euros is happening and it's literally right there on the horizon. So shall we take a little trip down memory lane? And yeah, I thought it'd be good to just go through kind of what prep looks like, how we were feeling, just give people a little bit of an insight into tournament football and what it's like as a player, because I think there's so much that goes unseen. And with the Euros ahead, we had a blast in the last one, so it's always good to talk about.
Yeah, do you know what? The Euros was amazing, wasn't it? Like, I have so
Best
many
time
amazing
ever.
memories from that. But okay, we'll start from the beginning. So obviously people will be like, how did you find out? If I remember rightly, Serena told us one by one, didn't she?
Yeah.
So we were in a prep camp at St George's Park and she gave you a time for a meeting that day.
Do you remember this being like good for some and not for others though? And it was a bit like...
it was hard because...
we didn't really know what was going off either. That's the thing.
No, we just had a meeting time. But some people would come out that meeting and found out that they weren't in the squad.
But then people were lingering. So for anyone that don't know, at St George's, there was the we call it the drum, which is where the meetings were taking place. And I mean a meeting, you were in there for like 5 minutes, if that. But then people were in like the lounge area just outside. So if you came out, regardless of whether you were in or out, you had to walk through the group of people, which at the time we had no idea that was going to happen. But looking back, we were like, oh shit, we probably should have sat somewhere else.
And it was like, I think it was right before like a weekend off.
Yeah.
So like some people were just going home and like weren't coming back.
Yeah.
So it was quite hard for people. I remember that. Like, and you also didn't really know how to come out of your own meeting, did you? Like, you want to be like bouncing off the walls or...
Well, yeah, and if someone came out and were told they weren't in, you didn't really know whether to like go up to them or... That's the only bit I remember being really like awkward. And I felt really uneasy and I was like, shit, what do? Do you go up to that person? Do you give them space? You're not going to see him again till after the tournament. So it was like, you could only imagine what they were going through having been told you're not in. Like, it's the hardest thing ever. So, but yeah, that's how we basically got found out. And obviously when you get told, you're buzz in and it's a little bit surreal no matter how many tournaments you've been to or...
I remember going into and I didn't really know what to expect.
Yeah.
And I was so nervous. I was like, oh my God. It was like Judgement Day.
Yeah, we were crapping our pants.
Yeah, and then...
It's like sweaty palms. Like,
and then Serena literally was like, well, you're in. And I was like, what?
Sorry, could you just say that again?
I was like, repeat, please. I'm in. Me, Rachel Daly, in the squad. Are you joking?
And do you remember, did they do it with the book and then you stuck your picture in? Why do I feel like there was a Panini book or a book where you stuck your picture in?
Yeah, but was that straight away?
Have I just made that up?
No, I think you're right.
I think it was in that meeting. I'm sure it was.
I can't remember that, but I do remember that. Do you know what I mean? Like, I remember that happening, but I can't remember if it was then.
Yeah.
So yeah, we both found out at the same time, didn't we? It wasn't like a phone call or it was just a meeting in the thing and then we left. Which was it was different, I think. I don't think I've ever really had it like that.
No, normally I think you just had like a phone call, no? I can't even remember. My memory's that bad. I can't actually remember in the previous ones. I'm pretty sure previous ones it's just been a phone call, but it was nice to do it face to face. But I think looking back, it was hard to know how to react to other people getting in or not getting in.
I think it was probably harder as well because it's like we were on prep camps, weren't we? So we were always together. And then it was like...
They were just gone.
Yeah.
Anyway, moving on from that. So we found out and then I'm pretty sure we had a weekend off straight away, didn't we? So then obviously you could... Like all the announcements were happening and stuff like that. And then you had a weekend off. So the prep camps you were normally in Monday to Friday, Saturday, Sunday off. And then on the last prep camp you'd be there and then that'd be you hopefully until the end of the tournament. And then it's just so surreal when you're preparing for a tournament. Like it just don't feel real. And I remember every tournament me and Rach have been to, we rang each other, what you packing, what you got, how many pairs of this. We'd pack the exact same. If I said 10 pairs of socks, 10 pairs of socks. Like however many pants, bras, like, oh, I've got this outfit for chill and we've got this and this shorts and t-shirt and we literally packed.
I remember
the
one
same.
time you were like, oh, I've only packed like 3 pairs of trainers and then you took 4 and I was fuming. I was like, why did you tell me you've got 4?
I swear we went and bought some more though. Where did we keep going and we got those Adidas ones, those runners? Those and the Crocs, but
Yeah,
I think
can't
the
remember now.
packing
We
bit.
always had the same stuff, didn't we?
Yeah, packing was quite exciting though, because like you were getting ready, and it was really nice that it was a home Euros because you knew you weren't going to be too far away from family and stuff like that. And if you forgot anything, it was easy to grab it.
The build up to the Euros obviously was so good though because it was in England. There was so much hype around it, and it was just a really big buzz, wasn't it? And then because we stayed at the Lensbury Hotel. What a beautiful place. Like, it was such a great place to have base camp.
Stunning.
But what I loved about it, it was like you were still involved in the public. So like, let's just preface it. Like we started there, we were training there every day. Like we're meeting the same sort of people. Like it's obviously a sporty place. There's like people playing tennis and like people coming to the spa, the gym, whatever. It was almost like people didn't really acknowledge us, I would say, at first. And then it came to the games and we were winning, and obviously come back there, no matter where we were playing, we'd come back to the Lensbury. And then all of a sudden people were like, oh my God, you guys are really good. And then it became like a little, like, almost like a family feel, didn't it? Like everyone was just like, oh my God, good morning, well done last night. Like
the staff that worked there became part of the team.
Yeah, the staff were amazing, yeah.
It was so sick. And opposite, I remember, because it was like that at the last Euros as well, it was still a time where like, it was still like a bit like COVID.
Yeah.
So also, it was like we were like in a bubble still.
Women's football, like I feel like women's football just massively took off after that Euros. So at the start, it was kind of like we were just sort of like bopping about. No one really knew who we were, what we were doing.
Yeah, we didn't really walk around with that care in the world. We were just like, no one's going to know us.
Yeah, and then like, by the end of it, obviously, after we won, it was just like, it just hit you like a ton of bricks, just slapped you in the face like, oh my God, what the hell? But you know what I loved about being there? Like they picked the base camp amazingly because it would...
Yeah.
What is wrong with our dogs?
Little Dexy. I know. Mine have just gone mental.
But, like, it was right on the Thames. Like, we had the best time off the pitch. Like, I would say, like, when you're on camps and stuff like that and in tournaments, it's in the past, you've kind of been like, oh, you can't do anything, you're downtime. Like, make sure you're off your feet. Like, but it was so freeing. Like, we would go on boats on the Thames. Remember we took that boat out?
Yeah, it was so sick.
We would go for
did
walks
all that
around.
paddleboarding and everything.
Yeah,
we had the volleyball net as well.
There.
Literally the whole team, all the staff were like playing volleyball.
Genuinely, my favourite memory from the Euros was volleyball.
That and tennis, which I think we pissed a lot of people off, to be honest. We were so shit. We were like, sorry, can you just throw our balls back? Cheers, mate.
Someone having like a full-blown lesson behind us and we're just pelleting balls over the top of the fence. But do you remember volleyball? That was sick. Like I think we just had like the day off. So a typical day off after a game would be recovery, whatever, get all what you need to do done, and then you've got like the afternoon off. And I remember there was just like a bunch of us that had done like, we'd gone on a boat or we'd done something that day and then came back. And then the volleyball net was getting set up. And honestly, that was such a good memory. We laughed so much.
Well,
like,
everyone was out there
playing.
Everyone, staff and players, like everyone was there. That's
we
the
ended
most,
up playing like
together.
12v12 in volleyball. Like,
well, yeah, people were like arguing, like, who's, because there were so many people on this like volleyball court. They were like, is it mine? Is it yours? And they were like, everyone was like bumping into each other, like, because they wanted to hit it. It was so sick. Remember the little games room we had?
Yeah. Oh my God, yeah.
We used to smash that basketball me, you, and Ellen and Mido every single day, and we were like, our shoulders were absolutely killing. We'd literally come off the pitch, we'd just trained, we're all sweaty, we'd cool down, and then we'd go on the basketball, and like, as arms would be like pumped, we'd be absolutely dripping again. We'd just smashed it for 30 minutes, trying to beat that record.
For everyone, like, everyone's context, it was one of those basketball machines that you get in like an arcade, and you just keep going as fast as you can to get your score up. And then I remember you and Ellen like broke that record, and I was like, go on. Keep going.
Rach, we had a routine every day, so we'd get up. We'd always have a routine like wellness, breakfast, train or recovery. And then we'd have the same walk every day and we'd be like, meet you at the basketball. And that was our like, it became like a routine non-stop. And some people were like, can you give it a rest? And we were like, no, we're doing this every day.
Table tennis, I remember playing, me and Hempo played that for hours on end. But it was so good. Like it couldn't have been, 100%. That tournament was my favourite time ever in an England shirt. Like everything about it was amazing.
So sick. I think the best thing for me is because it was still like a little bit COVID and we made a decision as a group that nothing gets in and nothing gets out. This is our one chance. Like this is our opportunity. It almost like everything else was like, even though we were still in England, we didn't hear any noise. Like we didn't have a clue what was going off in the pubs or the streets. Like we were like none the wiser to it. So it was so nice to be like in our little bubble. And it was so weird because we were in England.
We had that rule where no Sky Sports was to be on in the hotel anywhere, which was amazing because you were not getting like newspapers coming in. You're not getting Sky Sports news and all the noise. It was just literally, we were there to play, to train, to play football, to win games, to come back, to sleep, like day in, day out. But you do tend to go a bit stir crazy when you're away from home for that long. But
that was sick. I loved it.
Honestly, I had a bit of like, I swear to God, I had a bit of like depression when I came out of there because I was like, I had the best summer of my life. Like I was like, what am I going to do without these people now? Like,
and I definitely believe that because we were so good off the pitch, it brought like that extra little bit of energy, that extra little 100%. Bit of balls and that fight for each other like on the pitch, like because then like when tough moments happened they felt a little bit easier because everyone were on the same page, like we're all literally like we're committed, like this
people
is what
say that all the time, don't they? They're like, oh well, what was it like, what was the secret to success in that Euros? And I was like, honestly, the vibe that we had off the pitch was just
being in that
joke.
bubble.
I've never been a part of a team before where it's been like that good.
No, it was so sick. Even like blowouts when the girls that didn't play were doing training, like the ones that played were watching and cheering, and it was just like I can't remember having a bad day. Even if a session weren't that great, I can't remember it like affecting the rest of like the day or the camp. Like
I genuinely felt like I had separation anxiety when I left. I was like, where is everyone? Like now I have to go.
Yeah, right. I didn't leave the house for 6 days after. I remember we got back and I was like, I've still not left the house.
I went back going, oh God, who's going to do my washing? Who's cooking me tea tonight?
Who's cooking?
What the hell is this? I'm alone. Genuinely, I was like, I don't know what to do with myself.
Yeah, we
were so
crazy.
fortunate in the fact that everything was obviously done for us. Like it was just such a good time, and I genuinely believe that, like you say, that is the reason why we won that tournament, and we won. It just felt like freeing. Like after every single game, we're just like, oh, on to the next. Like it wasn't like never really reflected on what was happening at the time until after.
We just ticked it off. It was just like a tick box, like you tick it, game done, tick box, on to the next, and that was it. But there's so many things. Like, I mean, we took loads of little. Everyone had their own little quirks as well. Like some people took like their own pillars or something from home, or might have been like a teddy bear, or everyone had something as well. Like I had pictures. That was always my thing in tournaments, taking pictures of my family, like my loved ones, having those there. But honestly, I think the best thing about yours was being in the moment. Mm-hmm. Being present and being in the moment. Like honestly, it still blows me away. Like I still get goosebumps to this day. Like it's mental. Right guys, we're gonna head off for a little break, so we'll see you soon.
Welcome back to The Rest is Football Daily Brightness. We are going to discuss the warm-up games leading up to the Euros. I think, Millie, like those games took us into like feeling like we were ready, but also I would remember being like, oh no, like sometimes when you have such a good run up, it's like, oh no, like we've got a point to prove now, like we're actually on a good run. But they were really good games to play in, I think, and really got us in the mood for like tournament football.
Yeah, I think they were really good. I think we also faced a lot of challenges. And I know the results were fantastic, but I think with that as well, like you said, comes the pressure of England are smashing it, they're going to win. Now they've beat these three teams, high scoring results, like they're going to surely go all the way. So it does actually bring that extra pressure. But even in those games, I think like we still had like little I think we were ready. I think we'd like nailed everything that we needed to nail, but I think we conceded against the Netherlands, which I think is good, because I always think you need to experience things as a team before you get to the tournament. But even conceding, like how are you going to bounce back? How do you react? Like how do we concede? Like you need to know all those things when you get to a tournament, because if you've not experienced it, you don't know how you're going to react.
And I think the fact that I think that was such a big game, the Netherlands one, because we went 1-0 down, and against a team like the Netherlands, like that's really hard to come back from.
Yeah, they're such a top
but we didn't only just come back, we won 5-1. And I think that was like, for me, I was like, actually, we know what to do. Like, we actually know what to do. Yeah. We know how to play. Like, we just completely turned that around. Obviously, it was a great game for me because it was at Ellen Road.
Go on, the mighty Leeds.
It was my 50th cap, do you remember?
Yeah, it was sick. That was like written in the stars, 50th cap at Ellen Road. That's sick.
As if that happened, by the way.
To you as well.
I know.
No, I'd agree. And I think do you know what? I think overall, even in like throughout the whole Euros, we just felt like we had that little bit of like magic where we could have been having a shit performance, but we would win. We would find a way to win.
I actually think if I would look back to that game, that was a standout for me, because I remember like when we were beating Sweden 4-0.
Yeah.
And I looked at Leah and I was like, Leah, we're winning 4-0. Like, what the hell? Norway, when it was like
That was
time,
ridiculous.
we were just,
I
we
couldn't
looked
even
at each other,
celebrate
we were
the
like,
goals.
no, I was like, is this happening? Like, how are we winning this much? Like, it was just so, I think I would go back to that moment against Netherlands when I was like, we actually just turned it around, like against a top team. We're able to just keep going.
I think we just had that, I don't know, we just had that, like, even in the warm-up games, we just had that little bit of grit and that little bit of...
Bite.
I was like, yeah, it really is hard to, like, explain. But anyway, I thought we had amazing warm-up games. I thought we had the best prep going into a tournament possible. And as a player, you couldn't have felt more prepared. Like, everything was, you all had your own, like, routines, whether it was your recovery, whether it was your gym, whether it was things that you were working on the pitch to make sure, like, you had the best confidence levels. Like, everyone had their routine and we just nailed the prep. Like, it was honestly so good. There's not one thing that I would look back and be like, could have changed that.
Yeah.
But everything was just, like, spot on.
To go from the lens, what we'd do, wouldn't we, if we were playing a game that wasn't in London, we would go...
Yeah.
Well, actually, we did it every time, didn't we? We stayed over everywhere. But so we would travel up the day before, train in the morning, wouldn't we? We'd travel up the day before.
Yeah.
Did we fly? We did, didn't we? I can't remember. How did we get to Manchester?
Remember. My memory's crap. I can't actually remember.
I can't remember.
We would have done the best.
We
would have done the best option.
Yeah, we would stay in a hotel local to that stadium. And I remember staying in Manchester. I think we'd gone to the shop. We'd walked to the shop for something. Like, I don't know. Do you remember that little Sainsbury's in the middle of Manchester?
Yeah.
We just nipped out, and it was like the night before the game. And I just remember someone saying, "Good luck tomorrow, girls." And like, we were like, "Oh,
where did that come from?
What?
Get back to the hotel quick."
And I think that was a weird one because that was like we were actually in public then. So we'd been like locked away in our little safe space, and it's like we've been let out into the wild.
I know. Even the night before, though, I remember it being, like you said, it was just dead chilled. Like, we were so focused, and, like, I think when your preparation's, like, spot on, like, everyone's probably a little bit different, to be fair. Player to player is different. But I just remember we were just sat there and we were just messing around. Like, we were probably doing a TikTok or something, or, like,
I actually
just
think we
watching
did do a
silly
TikTok
videos.
there.
Yeah, we did. I think we did a TikTok in every destination we went to, but it was really chilled and relaxed. And I think, like I said, when you prepare in the best way possible, all you've got to do is execute, and you're just doing everything that you do every day. Like you said, it was just another game. It weren't like, we never hyped up like any opponent. We knew their strengths, we knew their weaknesses, we knew what we were doing. We never like hyped up anything or like played the occasion. We just played the game in front of us, and that was the only rule. Don't look too far ahead. You play the team, play the game, get home, recover, train the next day, go again.
I remember when we pulled up to Old Trafford, because me and you would obviously sit at the same seat, and I looked at you and I was like, this is mad. Like, obviously
it was rammed.
But we'd done Wembley before. Like, we've played in big stadiums, we've played with loads of fans, but there was something about that game where I was just like, oh my God, like, what is happening? Like, the fans were insane, like, it's in a good way. It was just like, they were absolutely unreal.
It was so sick. But listen, guys, that is the lead up to the first game. We hope you've enjoyed it. We are going to tell you all about the future games after, but for now, that is it for today. And we are going to end with our 3 gratitudes. So, Rach, if you want to go first.
Right, I am going to say this week, I have been eternally grateful for my aircon unit. Because this heat isn't funny. Like, we're not equipped, this country are not equipped for hot weather.
Why is the UK heat different though? Because if you was on holiday, you'd be like, oh, this is perfect. I love it. I can, like, you wouldn't even be hot. But
I love it.
Here,
I still love the heat here. But what I think is different is we're not equipped for it at all. So, like, no one has aircon. No one has anything to keep you cool, right? But you're still doing normal stuff. So, like, you've got to put the washing out. You've got to cook dinner.
That's
like,
the only positive. You can get a shit ton of washing done.
You
and
can.
whack it on
But
the line.
on holiday, you're not doing anything, are you? So you just actually just lay there and, like, noodle in the sun. But here, it's like, and then everyone's so angry about it. Like, literally, you go in the shop and people are like, oh, it's so hot.
I don't get when people moan about burning. Well, put on your damn cream then. Don't sit there and bake and be a lobster and moan about blistering when you haven't put your cream on. No sympathy from me.
Well,
none.
So that is I'm so grateful for. So I went to, listen to this. Have you got aircon?
No, I don't have aircon. I've got a shitty little fan.
Well, I sleep with a fan on every night, don't I? So it's like, even in the winter. But I'm like,
Yeah.
it's so hot. Like,
It's just that hot air they're blowing at you, and I'm like...
but so get on this, guys. Anyone listening, Lidl, £149 aircon unit. Best money I've ever spent.
The dogs have a better fan than I do, because Zeus would die if not. So
to be fair, Dexy's been really struggling.
They have the best setup down here. I might have to start sleeping down here on wooden floor.
Get aircon.
Right, okay, might invest. My first gratitude is, I'm going to say, reconnecting with people that I've not... I think we get in habit of like always been a little bit too busy, so I'm grateful for people reaching out and being able to go and meet them and spend a little bit of time when I've not seen them for like months and months and months. So I'm going to say that. I think that really helped me this week.
Oh, that's a nice one.
Yeah, like I went and seen yesterday in London, I went and seen and Chaps, Kate Chapman, for anyone that don't know her as Chaps, and I've not seen him for ages. I took my mom. We went and watched M's One Last Dance documentary, which was really emotional actually. Like, it was crazy. So yeah, went and seen all M's family, and yeah, just got to have a catch up. You know, you just life takes over and you just don't get to see people. And I've not seen Em since she left, so it was really, really nice. I feel like I really, really needed that. So yeah, I'd say that was one of my highlights of the week.
That's nice, really nice. I like that a lot. Come and see me now.
I know. Need to get my pink clubs and then get me on that motorway, girl.
My next thing I'm grateful for is the beach, right? Because obviously I went to Wales and I have never seen a happier puppy than Dexy on the beach. Like, she is... But it's really sad because when she comes home, she like doesn't speak to me. Like, literally, she like hides because she's so mad that I've brought her home and not left her at the beach. So it was just so peaceful, like being there and just watching Dexy have the time of her life. Like, everyone knows we're
if I
obsessed
could
with our
move
dogs,
and live by a beach, I would do it in a heartbeat. Like, there's nothing better. I would love to just open my living room doors and just listen to the ocean and just have...
and that's literally what I did when I was in Wales, and I was like, this is amazing.
Yeah.
And I was really grateful for like a moment of just like peace there, like that noise, and then just seeing Dexy happy is like the best thing in the world. So
why don't you move down south and we'll move to the beach?
I'm never moving down south ever.
Oh,
Millie, I hate to break that to you.
please.
I will move no further south than where I am now.
Oh, bestie.
Ever.
We could just have a house side by side.
Yeah, up north.
Then I'd be happy forever. I would never have a bad day if we did that.
Connecting doors.
Literally connecting doors. Put a fucking tunnel in for all I care. Just let me get in your house. Or we could have a little hidden like door at the top you just climb through. Hello. You're the only person I'd be able to do that with, by the way. Everyone else would irritate the life out of me.
So, right, what's yours?
Right, that's happening in the future. I'm going to do that. What else am I grateful for? Do you know what? When people send me funny little reels, like when you send me ones when it's like us when we're 80 and it's like two old people like that. Still dancing along.
I've been doing that a lot recently. I've been seeing loads of funny things. I need to send you them more, actually.
Yeah.
Do you know
just
what?
that little thing,
I know this is like nothing to do with being grateful, right? But can I read this to you?
Yeah.
Because I giggled at this a lot. How come our noses run, but our feet smell? Like, your nose runs, but your feet smell, but your nose should smell and your feet should run.
Oh, yeah.
Weird. Mind
what the
blowing.
Hell?
Saw that on Instagram. Here's another one. If I told you, that I'm lying in bed right now, aren't I actually telling the truth?
Don't, because you know what these do to my mind. My mind's already pickled.
Do you get it?
Don't pickle it anymore. Yeah, I get it.
If I'm lying,
I get it.
In
but
bed,
you're lying.
Am I telling the truth?
Right.
It's the S.
There she goes.
Is the S or the C silent in the word scent, like smell scent? How do you know which one it is?
Right, that's enough for that because it's Sunday. I'm not even hungover.
These are things that go through my mind on a regular basis, just so you know.
This is how our brains work. Well, mine don't work very often.
Anyway, we've gone slightly off track here.
Slightly off track today, guys. Sorry, it's Rachel. She's hungover.
I'm
I feel like you passed it on to me. Why do I feel hungover? I've not had anything to drink.
because I'm blowing your mind with these things.
You are. My second gratitude is... Ooh. God. This is really tough today. Holy crap, it is really tough.
Hurry up.
I'm going to... For anyone listening, Rachel doesn't have any patience whatsoever. She wants things now, and I don't know why I'm moaning.
Just say you're grateful for me. Like, that's...
I'm always grateful for you. That doesn't need to be said out loud.
People are going to be pressing off at this point now on our podcast.
Right, I'm very grateful for my bestie. She's my ride or die.
Cute. Right, I've got a few. I'm always really grateful. I think I've got so much to be grateful for.
You struggled and I didn't, and this time I'm struggling. I'm just going to stick to those two, reconnecting with people and you, because you're always there no matter what, through thick and thin. And you always really will be.
Do you know what?
I never have to question our friendship ever, and that's what I love. I don't like having to question people.
Yeah, it is nice. And you sent me a nice message the other day. That was nice. Thanks, bestie.
Love you.
The last thing I'm grateful for is, I would say music. Like, I had a little boogie. Like, I just love music. It just puts you in the mood.
Hey, what song did your mum send? That's what I was going to ask you.
When?
On the last one, you said your mum started sending you a song.
Yeah.
And it could be from anything. You were making a playlist, and I was meant to ask you this time, what was the song?
Well, there's loads. She sends one every day. Yeah,
so what's the latest song?
The latest song is Simply Red, Fairground. Pleasure at the fairground on the way. Oh yeah,
Lulu, you're going to get a little shout out on every episode. Lulu's getting a shout out, and we're going to name her song, the latest song.
Good
song. I can't wait to listen to this playlist. Maybe we could have a little karaoke day on the pod one day.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Hey, just out of just a coincidence.
Who has a gold microphone sat next to them?
Right, do you want to know a funny story where this is actually from? So you remember lockdown, yeah? Just before lockdown, I was going to go with the girls, and we was going to go to like a big place, like hire like a house out, like somewhere down south somewhere, and it had like a big pool. So I bought like a smoke machine. I got these little flamingos that you float in the, you know what I'm like, straight on Amazon. I bought everything. Like I'd got like a helium canister for like the balloons, and like all these like blow up, like beer pong, whatever. And for some reason, I bought 3 microphones, and you can record yourself on these. You can play a song out of it, and it changes. And I don't know why. It was just there on the table then. So when you said that about karaoke, I was like,
God's sake.
I'll get one delivered to you, and on the next one, we'll have a little...
I love it. Let's do it.
I might have to have a little drink before I do that, though.
Right, guys, on that note, that is it for the rest of this Football Daily Brightness. Thanks for tuning in, as always.
Thank you for subscribing. Keep sharing the pod. We hope you are loving it just as much as we are, and we will see you soon.
Bye.
Bye, Felicia.